So, where do you start? What do you need to know? What do you need to have in order to grow a really good beard? Okay, so probably the first thing that I learned, and it was like I've been shaving for a long time, but one of the most recent things I've learned is I used to always come down along my jawline, and as I got a little older, I got a little bit more, facial features that show. So yeah, I'm talking about the double chin. So anyway, as you go down along the jawline, which was good whenever I was thinner, whenever it starts to get thicker, whatever. Basically, it just accentuates that section of my neck, which is not exactly appealing. It's okay if I'm only going to do like the 5 o'clock shadow, whatever. It looks all right, but the longer it gets, the more accentuated that section becomes. So something I didn't realize is that you actually are supposed to shave down and come down to about here, okay? And then, so not along the jawline, but down to about there, okay? And what that does is it actually makes it look nice and uniform and hides any gross features like the double chin. It just looks a lot better, a lot thicker. So that's something a lot of people don't realize whenever they first start growing beards. So that's the first thing, where to shave it. Second thing is you're going to need a couple of things that I personally have pretty much everything now, but what I would highly recommend for anybody growing a beard is beard oil, okay? The reason why you get beard oil is because have you ever grown a beard and then you shave it off and you realize how much dead skin is underneath there? That's the reason why it is so itchy, okay? Is because all that dead skin accumulates and it gets really gross and it gets really itchy, okay? That's what this does. It reduces the amount of irritation by reducing the amount of dead skin. It helps hydrate the skin underneath, as well as it helps keep the hair itself, because the hair is normally very coarse. Keeps it nice. It keeps it smooth. It keeps it hydrated. So both of which makes it a lot more doable. Okay, to grow a beard, because I used to shave them after like a couple of weeks because it just got so irritated. Now I forget that I have it there. So, and the main thing is because of beard oil. Okay, so you can get a good beard oil, something that's nice and viscous, nice and thick, kind of almost like a jelly, but just a little thinner than a jelly. If you get cheap ones on Amazon or eBay, like these are just like water. I don't find that they work as good. They smell nice, they're good for date night, but they're not as good as like this Clubman is what I've been using. And you can get all sorts, but just make sure you get a quality one. The second thing after that would be a beard shampoo. Now the thing is, your hair on your head, your scalp is not nearly as sensitive as the skin on your face. So the biggest thing is that you need paraben free. Okay, now this is just one example of what I have here. But paraben free is the number one thing to look for whenever you get a beard shampoo. It's going to cause less irritation on the face, and that's what you want. And this is going to be what really again clears out. You should be shampooing your beard every second day, not every day, because then it's going to get dry, but every second day. And whenever you after you get out and you've shampooed, after every shower, put on some beard oil. I use it once to twice a day. If I shower that day, I definitely use it twice a day. So anyway, shampoo, then beard oil, okay? Then, right after that, what you want to get a brush, okay? So your brush and your comb, okay? Your comb is whenever it's longer, okay? Your brush is going to be whenever it's shorter. These things are awesome. Okay, one, it feels great on the face to brush it, but then you're going to actually be able to apply the oil, and then you brush it in, and it keeps it nice and uniform. And you get a brush, and you want to get like a horsehair or it's a horsehair or the what do you call it? Oh, so if it's not horsehair, it's like hog hair or something like that. Anyway, if you're just starting, get a brush, and if you're patient, you can get one for like $2 on eBay, and then make sure you get yourself like a bamboo comb. Okay, this is for whenever it's getting longer, and this is for when it's really long, like if you're going to get one of those biker beards. Okay, so it depends on how far you're going to go with things, what you need. I get pretty long, so I tend to get the use out of the brush. So those are the main things. Okay, definitely need oil. Definitely need some type of shampoo. Head and Shoulders can do the trick, but I recommend a paraben-free shampoo, one specially made for the face. Definitely need at least a brush. You'll probably need a comb, and the bamboo comb tends not to cause as many split hairs, because you can get split hairs in your beard. And then after all of that, okay, if it gets long enough, get yourself a beard balm. Okay, so the oil is to keep it hydrated. The balm is kind of like the gel that you would use in your hair in order to style it, because it'll start to puff out, right? And oil will bring it down somewhat in order to keep it from looking like a big mountain man beard. But this will be what you use in order to texturize it and really keep it looking sharp. Okay, so you get yourself a beard balm. So those are your tools of growing a good beard. The rest is going to be time, patience, and just experience. You're going to figure out what works for you. In terms of like, some people can't grow a really thick beard, some people can't grow a full beard. You just got to figure out what works best for you. Some people can only grow a goatee, and unfortunately that's what you're going to have to live with. But you can figure out how to best grow it for you. So again, experience and time and patience. Okay, and if you use these things like I just mentioned, it's going to be a lot more doable, a lot more comfortable. Okay, so again, this is going to be over a couple of months. You'll see this grow into, like, biker season's coming up, and I got a bike, so I got to make sure I got my beard on the go. All right, guys. So I'm freshly out of the shower. I did use my beard wash, like I had mentioned, and like I said, this is the line that I'll be growing here. Okay, it's not right on the jawline; it's below. Okay, as you can see, like, and that's not a flattering angle, being from the bottom. But you can see it's already kind of hiding my double chin, my unsightly features. And then from higher, okay, it looks all right. Okay, so that's how it's going to grow out. And this is when I would go ahead and apply some beard oil. Now how I do it, I put a little bit on each fingertip. Okay, and that way I evenly distribute it. Somebody's here. And yeah, I'd even start as early as whenever it's a 5 o'clock shadow, because the earlier you start, the softer the hair is as it grows out. So if you only wait until later on, then you've missed that opportunity to have it come out softer. And I will tell you, like, say this time you grow it and it's not extremely soft, even though you've used beard oil, the next time you grow it out, it's like it's got memory. It's going to be softer and softer, and like every time I've grown out my beard and using this oil and using all the other products I mentioned, it grows out softer every time. So this is, like, in the last year, the 4th time I'm growing out a beard, and I'm anticipating a very soft beard. All right, see you in about a month. So it's been about 2.5 weeks now since I started growing this beard. You can see I got quite a bit of gray. I just got out of the shower. I just, again, used that beard wash, and like, if I don't use it, like, after a few days, I can scratch, I can feel and see the dead skin. So it really does make a big difference. Like, right afterwards, you can feel that it's dry, and that's why you need to moisturize afterwards. But no, it feels a heck of a lot better. Not only that, but my wife just kissed me a few minutes ago, and before getting into the shower, and she said, "Oh, you're still prickly. You're in that prickly phase." Well, before I started moisturizing and using the beard wash regularly when growing a beard, at this stage she wouldn't even touch me because it was just too hard on her face. She constantly said how it was like making out with her hairbrush. Okay, and she would put her hairbrush against me. And yeah, it sucked. So anyway, she has not mentioned one thing like that since I've been growing out this beard, using the products constantly. So it does appear to be making a big difference. So of course, right after I've washed, use that beard wash, I just take a little bit of this beard oil on each fingertip there. Again, like the more my beard grows out, the more I use. Spread that out evenly, work it out in there. Try and get her all the way in. And you can see that line, and yeah, it's not, like sometimes I actually noticed in the last video, this line was a little bit lower. I had to trim it up, and it's just an ongoing thing. So whatever you have left over, instead of wiping it on a towel, just wipe it in the rest of your hair. It's good for your the rest of the hair on your head. So you can see that's, you know, freshly oiled. And then you take your brush, I don't know if you can really make it out in here, but it makes a huge difference. Like the difference between somebody with a groomed beard versus somebody just growing it out without product, without properly maintaining it, is a huge difference. Like you can see that's nice and uniform. It doesn't, like, you don't have as many flyaways. And yeah, it's nice, all nice and straight. It looks good whenever you maintain a beard. So that's a big difference between growing a nice beard and looking homeless. This is about 2 months in. You can see it's gotten quite a bit longer. Still quite gray. Some of the benefits of it being this long. One, you don't need to shave your neck nearly as often. I tend to keep this part shaven. Like, I mean, you can do that dry in the morning, and it doesn't require much time or effort. But this stuff, like normally whenever you're just growing out a beard, in order to make it look clean shaven, like, you know, a good line and well groomed, you'd have to do that like every second day or so. Now I could almost leave that a week and it doesn't look bad. So it's nice because you could be a little lazier at this point in terms of the shaving. So as an update, I told you before, like every time I grew my beard out, it gets softer and softer and softer. This time, like, this part used to be really coarse, and no matter how much beard oil I'd put in, it would always remain coarse. This time it's all soft. It feels great. And like, so yeah, every time you shave it and then do it again, grow it out continuously, like shampoo and moisturize with the oils and comb it and everything, and then shave it off again and put it back. Anyway, it just seems to learn. So your hair does learn with you. So anyway, the main reason why I did this video today is to show you what to do whenever this starts to get really long and it starts impeding with your food. Yeah, I keep getting food caught up in here, and you're always getting it in your mouth. So you can do one of two things. You can use scissors, which, you know, takes no time, or I just tend to use the clippers. And that's it. It probably doesn't even look like I took much off. But you'd have no idea how much better that feels. Like you don't have it always going in your mouth and on your lips. So yeah, speaking of which, I got some in my mouth. So anyway, yeah, do that like once a month. And yeah, you don't have to take very much off. It's always better to cut short, and then you can always remove more rather than try and take a large amount off, and then you're just gonna look silly if you screw up. So anyway, this is 2 months in. I'm just getting to a point where I have to start using my comb. So I comb first after using my oil, and then I use my brush because I still love my brush, but very soon I'm not gonna have much use for that brush. It's gonna be solely comb because it's gonna be too thick and too long. So I think I'll end off this video with this. Like, I mean, this is 2 months in, and after this point, it's just gonna get longer. I'm going to square it off, and whenever I feel like it's getting a little bushy, I might go to the barber shop